Hi there, I'm John from Escapade Bars, and once again we're in another beautiful location on the island of Mallorca. This time we're at Finca courtesy of Pep Riera from Bondinar. So first of all I just want to say a massive thank you for letting us come here and film in this beautiful venue. Anyway, the cocktail that I'm going to make for you today is a perfect Christmas drink for you and your friends. It's a cocktail called a White Lady Fizz, but if you can make this cocktail, the possibilities for making other drinks based on it are endless. This style of drink, it's a type of a sour, and a sour is a cocktail that goes back to the late 1800s to the early 1900s, which is basically booze, something sour, something sweet, shake it, stick it in a glass. The one that we're going to do is a slightly pimped up version of that, where we're bringing out the flavour of the gin and we're kind of rounding it out with a little bit of Cointreau as well, but in essence it's still 4 parts booze, something sour, 1 part something sweet. So, what we're going to do, take our Boston glass, which we've filled with ice, and we're going to add on a shot and a little bit, because it's Christmas, of gin. So, it's a miracle that the wind didn't blow that out of the glass there, because it's blowing a gale. So we've got our gin, and we've used Beefeater today, because it's one of the only gins that's still made in the heart of London for me. Really like it, nice citrusy flavour. It's what we use on the events, fantastic product. So we've got that, and then we're going to come in with half the volume of Cointreau. Yeah, Cointreau, if you don't know, is a French dry orange liqueur, not based on cognac like Grand Marnier, not based on dirty agricultural booze like Triple Sec. It's a premium product, great taste, made from oranges all over the world. Fantastic little cocktail ingredient, kind of the onion of the cocktail world. So what we're going to do, we've got our booze, then we're going to come in with our sour, and for this we're going to use a shot of lemon juice. Yeah, so that's that, and then we're just going to sweeten it off with a tiny little dash of gum syrup. Now, if you're not a bartender, which I'm assuming that you're not, gum is what you would call sugar syrup. All you have to do to make it, sugar, bit of hot water, stir it and leave it to cool down. Stick it in your fridge, it'll last about a week. And for making cocktails, which hopefully you're going to be doing at this time of year, it's a brilliant little store-covered ingredient. So we've got everything in there. We've got our 4 parts booze, our 2 parts sour, our 1 part something sweet. And all we're going to do is give it a little shake. Cool, so that's it. We're not shaking the hell out of it. All we've done, shaking it until there's condensation on the tin, glass is cold, drink's nicely mixed, and then we're just going to come along with a straw and taste it. I always harp on about tasting cocktails, but it's just as true with this drink as it has been with all the other ones that we've done. A tiny little bit of difference can change the flavour of the drink. You can overbalance it with a little bit too much lemon or not enough sugar or too much Cointreau, and you can still change it at this point. No shame in it whatsoever. Anyway, for me, that's perfect. So, I'm just going to come along now, and I am going to strain it with my Hawthorne strainer and my tea strainer into my martini glass. So, at this point, it's a White Lady. So we've got it there. So we've got the gin, we've got the orange liqueur, we've got the lemon, we've got the sugar. Brilliant cocktail. If you were to like whiskey instead of gin, you could omit the Cointreau, you could substitute whiskey, and you could have whiskey, lemon, sugar, you'd have a whiskey sour. If you like rum, and you wanted to make something similar, substitute the gin for the rum, and you could have rum, lime, sugar, and you've got a daiquiri. If you want to do tequila, you could have tequila instead of the gin, and lime instead of the lemon, and you've got a margarita. From this simple formula of 4 parts booze, 2 parts something sour, 1 part something sweet, you've got the basis of 90% of the cocktails that you'll see on a menu in pretty much any bar in the world. So, that's that. But, because it's Christmas, we're making a White Lady Fizz. So, all we're going to do, we don't need to stick it down a tea strainer, we don't need to stir it. We've got our chilled bottle of Carver, because on a cocktail like this, champagne seems kind of wasted on it. And we're just going to go straight into the glass, and it kind of stirs itself as you're pouring it in. And then, all we're going to do, we've got orange liqueur, and we've got lemon juice. So, obvious garnishes, bit of orange, bit of lemon. what I'm going to do is get a little bit of the zest from the lemon, neaten it up so you've got nice smooth edges on there. Do exactly the same thing with a lemon. Pretty sure that I just called the orange the lemon, but it doesn't matter. As long as you've got both fruits in there, all good. And then all we're going to do, we're just going to wrap the orange slightly around that lemon peel. So we're making a little sort of spiral with a little bit of lemon zest down the middle. And we're just going to float that into the top of our drink. So there you go, White Lady Fizz, perfect drink for you and your friends for Christmas. Cheers.